In tonight's WGN Investigates, a multi-million-dollar bill goes unpaid by Northwest Side Hospital, leaving a group of construction workers scrambling to stay afloat.
After waiting months for a resolution, they called our newsroom for help. Investigative reporter Lourdes Duarte picks up the story.
The plan was to build out a behavioral treatment center inside Community First Medical Center. When crews took on the job, they never considered that getting paid would be an issue because as far as they knew, the project was state funded. Well, now many of them are on the hook for thousands of dollars in debt after the hospital failed to pay up.
So that whole floor there, all the way up to the tower there, is where our work was.
Long before Luis Ochoa could point to his work, the need for a behavioral treatment center in the Belmont-Cragin neighborhood was clear as mental health becomes a priority around the country.
It was a nice project, and we were told it was state funded.
The multi-million-dollar project, detailed in a 25-page contract, included Lewis, a string of other subcontractors, and Alpa Construction, a family-owned company that's proud of its 15 years in business.
There's a lot of work, a lot of commitment, a lot of nights.
And that's a two-story addition.
Those nights of work, though, became sleepless nights of worry when the project they signed on to and spent weeks working on stopped paying 15 months ago while owing more than $3 million. And I can see you kind of getting a bit emotional and...
Oh, how can I not? I mean, this is make it or break it.
Before you hear the rest of their story, let's focus on how and why this may have happened. It's part of a much bigger issue that's affecting many small hospitals across Illinois.
So it's a very difficult chess game that at the end of the game, it's the community that loses.
Please see with me that the finish line is in sight.
You know Dr. Ngozi Ezike as a woman who led Illinois through the COVID pandemic.
The number of people in Illinois ICUs with COVID is 7 times higher than it was at our low point this summer.
These days, she's the CEO at Sinai Chicago, considered a safety net hospital where the majority of patients rely on Medicaid and the hospital relies on that government funding stream.
Safety net hospitals, almost by definition, because they're taking care of a largely Medicaid population with that decreased reimbursement, have always had a tougher time making ends meet.
Dr. Ezike isn't connected to Community First Medical Center or aware of their specific financial issues, but she does know what hospitals like it are up against. She recently wrote an opinion piece describing the tough road ahead for safety net hospitals, which sometimes struggle just to keep the lights on.
When the reimbursement doesn't cover the cost of care, that actually means you're losing more. There are proposals that talk about potential cuts to Medicaid.
She fears any cuts to Medicaid could lead to hospital closures in communities that are already struggling to stay afloat.
It could really mean just a very serious domino effect for many safety nets. It is definitely what keeps me up at night regularly, and we work so hard to try to, we take that expression, do more with less to the nth degree, but there is a limit. You can only stretch a rubber band so much.
While she's vocal about the issue, the crew at Alpa Construction is feeling it firsthand. So what do they give you as a reason? What's going on? Why can't they pay you?
They keep telling they're waiting for grants from the state to get paid to fund this project, to fund the hospital.
We reached out to Community First. Through a statement, the CEO said he hopes to have a resolution soon. He went on to say many of the safety net hospitals in Illinois are dealing with rising costs, slower payments from managed care organizations, and the possibility of decreased funding.
By now, I'm almost considering that it's a write-off. I thought, I don't know if I'm ever going to get paid. It's horrible. I mean, that's a lot of money.
So in your years of business, have you ever
Never.
gone a year without getting paid?
Never.
And it could be even longer. State records obtained by WGN Investigates indicate Community First received $6.9 million from the state at the end of October. But how those dollars were used remains unclear.
We have to figure out how to get paid for this. I mean, this is for us to either stay flowing or.
You think you're going to have to shut down?
I hope not. I hope not. I pray every day for not to do that.
Talk of cuts to Medicaid continue to be just that, talk. No official cuts have been made. Meanwhile, lawmakers in Springfield are aware of the outstanding debt by Community First Medical Center. I am told that they are working to find a resolution. As far as the ongoing issue that safety net hospitals face, Dr. Ezike and a group of others continue to visit Springfield to raise awareness about the difficulties. I'm Lourdes Duarte, WGN Investigates.